Good evening and afternoon and possibly morning as well. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Welcome for the first time. Welcome, period, to the fourth installment of the Geeky Faye Art Does SparkFun Inventors Kit live stream. I would have music play right now if I had, like, a better stream set up for this. But I don't. So y'all are just gonna have to imagine music playing in the background. That's very celebratory. I'm mostly just pleased I have music in the beginning of my stream. But hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again on a weekday, no less. I know this is craziness. Like, what is even going on here with this weekday streaming? Well, I've been rather eager to get back to streaming. For those of you who have been following along with the stream series, this is a little behind because I got to experience firsthand the joys of supply chain issues. As I had to send this camera, I was gonna say the one that's just off screen, but the one that has my lovely macro shot, which I know y'all love. Just juicy macro shot, all the details. This camera had to go away for repairs, and it took 8 weeks. 8 weeks, guys. That's nuts. That's absolutely nuts. But thankfully, it is back. It is functional. I am here, and I thought instead of waiting for the weekend, let's do a weekday stream. Let's see if some new faces show up. You never know. It's nice to try new things, but it's great to see you all. I see that the cakes with faces dress is getting all of the love it deserves. I do love this dress, and I definitely think I need more outfits, more clothing. It doesn't have to be dresses. More clothing with geeky cat-based themes, particularly in these colors, because I love these colors. These colors are like, I'm not sure how much you can really appreciate the colors in this light, but obviously if you've seen the photos, then you know that it's fantastic. And it's basically my colors, and I love it. So highly recommend. It's also very comfortable. It's stretchy and it's nice. The only thing it's missing is pockets. But we know why dresses can't have pockets, because then the femmes will take over the world, and nobody apparently, except for maybe me, wants that. So welcome to the stream. If you are new here, if this is your first time joining, then thank you so much for joining. We are working our way, and by we, I mean me and those of y'all at home, working our way through the SparkFun Inventors Kit, because I'm new to electronics. In spite of rumors, in spite of what you may have heard, I have never done electronics before June of this year. Basically, when I did the first project for this, that was the first time I'd ever done anything to do with electronics. And I have been legitimately learning for the first time along with this kit, and it's been incredible. It has been so illuminating, and I've picked up so much, and I've been amazed at how quickly I've picked stuff up, which I definitely think is at least in part due to how awesome this kit is and how well written it is and how easy it is to follow along if you don't know anything, like not even a little bit. There's no assumed knowledge here, and I think that's fantastic. Now, if you are new to my streaming setup, obviously I've got the two cameras. You can see the chat on screen, and you may notice that there is a little nice little doobrit in the corner that says "Support me at Ko-fi." I don't have Super Chat, and which is YouTube's kind of like donation support functionality. You have to have like 10,000 subscribers or something for that, which I don't have. So in lieu of that, I have my Ko-fi, which there will be a link provided in the chat. I am sure of it. But if you actually go and make a donation, give generously or at all on my Ko-fi, it will pop up on the screen like the Super Chat. And so I can thank you. I can answer your questions because I don't always see the chat. The chat often flies by when I'm talking or doing things, and I don't always see things. So if you have a question you want to ask or something you want to tell me and you want to make sure I see it, that's a good way of doing it. Or if you just want to support me in the channel, that's also amazing. And I will give you my heartfelt appreciation and potentially embarrass you and myself live on stream. Who doesn't want that? So yeah, we're here. Everything's working. Y'all can hear me. You can see me. You can see tiny numbers on the breadboard. I think we're doing all right. I'm starting to get the hang of the streaming thing, I think. It is it's an interesting beast, which means I can possibly take 3 seconds to actually look at the chat. But I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased to see y'all here and hanging out with me on this Tuesday, right? Yeah, I know what day it is. It's October, right? I know what month it is or year. Oh, see, now I absolutely adore 3D printing professor Joe, who is very good at kicking off the party and is just such amazing support, and also has an amazing channel that you should go check out, and is really good at teaching this stuff himself. So like this is definitely relevant. Audio's a little low, I'm hearing, or I'm seeing. Okay. We can probably this. Thank you for saying something. I will. Let me see if I can't. Can't turn it up a bit. I'm actually mic'd slightly different than I am usually. And I think it might be just a little. Oh, it looks like I've got that turned up all the way. Let me. Volume mixer. No. I might have to swap out my mic real quick. Let me. Of course, this wouldn't be a stream without some sort of problems, am I right? Let's see here. Ooh. That would explain things. It looks as though my sound might be coming through the wrong thing. Let's set that and disable that. All right. Is that working better now? I'm not sure that that's done anything at all because I can't hear myself. So it's a bit quiet, but you can hear me just fine. Okay. Oh, here we go. I think I can give it a little bit of a boost. How's that? I think I've done it. By Jove, I think I've done it. That did it a little. Just a little. That's it. All right. Well, clearly I need to use my other... All right. You had to turn it down. Okay, I guess that means that did work then. Okay. I'm gonna guess then. There we go. That we're good. That we're good. All right. Thank you for the troubleshooting. Y'all are so helpful that way. Yay! All right. All right. All right. So I obviously took a little look ahead of what I'm doing today. And obviously I knew ahead of time that, of course, this is already dirty with fingerprints because I'm grubby. Today's about LCDs, which I'm not gonna lie. If there's nothing else I can do for y'all on stream, it's be honest and potentially embarrass myself a bit. I'm good at that. I'm good at being super, super painfully honest. And I'm gonna share with y'all a secret. I did not know before I sat down to read the guide that LCD stood for liquid crystal display. I just didn't know that. I'd never thought about it. I'd never asked. I'd never Googled it. I just had no idea. So, yeah, I learned something already. And I'm only like this much embarrassed to admit that because I don't think it's terribly important. But yeah, it's been added to my list of things that I know. I see that there's been very important question, which is whether or not there will be kitties. As it turns out, we have a Mabel on set as it stands. However, she has found a new hidey hole behind my scrap filament, my scrap box, because I recycle all of my my bad prints and my filament scraps from 3D printing. I save them all and I send them off to be recycled because recycling is cool. Do recycling. And then also my box of like 3D printing bits and bobs and stuff like that. I have them on the shelf over here behind me. And she has apparently discovered that she fits behind the boxes. So she's happy as a clam. She's tucked away, and she may come out to grace us with her presence, and she may not. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see, because I'm shedding threads apparently, because she is a cat, and therefore she does whatever she wants. Oh, thank you so much, Tim. And Tim, did you know that I am also from Michigan? Yes, Michigan is my home state. So hi home state, hi Detroit, Michigan, hi Tim, thank you so much. That's fantastic. It's been ages and ages and ages since I've lived in Michigan, but that is where I grew up, and it is always, I think, given that I have traveled so very far from where I started, it always tickles me a bit to see people who are kind of from my home state, but yes. So, though I will say that I did very much on purpose park my giant egg friend back there to stare at me ominously. Like, that's not accidental, because I'm really proud of that dang thing. So I think I will take advantage of every opportunity I can to show off Terrico, my giant egg friend that I 3D printed and painted. So, without further ado, let's get started. I feel like we've had good preamble, and a good warm up round. And so, yeah, we are going to jump right in. And obviously we got to start out with a hello world. That's I think the rule. I think the electronics rule is that when you get your first LCD and you set it up, that you have to do a hello world message. And so apparently that's what we're gonna do first. So I did I did some reading. So I got to learn about the liquid crystal display and kind of how it works, which is really cool. It apparently, when current is applied to the crystal, it turns opaque. That's kind of wild. I had no idea. So it's used in lots of calculators and watches and some displays. And this particular one is 32 characters, 16 by 2. It's two rows. And it also has contrast control, which is quite cool. We'll be using the potentiometer as a sort of like setting up a contrast display. It's not actually from Portal. I can totally see where it looks an awful lot like it's from Portal. I was gonna say my mind is actually drawing a blank on the name of the terrifying robot in Portal that looks a little bit like this. This is actually a good guy. This is Terrico from the latest Legend of Zelda. I say latest, I don't know if it's still the latest game, but the Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity game introduced this little guy, and he's basically a baby guardian, which is terrifying and kind of amazing. And it's fully 3D printed and hand painted, and it's huge, and it weighs about 1.5 kilos because it's a ton of filament. But I love it. It's really super cool. And I've got lots of photos and some videos and stuff up on my my Twitter and my TikTok and Instagram and stuff if you want to see a bit more of that, because it's good. LCD. Yes, so potentiometer, adjusting contrast. But like that's pretty much it. It's pretty much like, hey, this is an LCD. This is a little bit about it. Hook it up. So I'm gonna hook it up. So that said, let's switch over to the close-up. We are in focus. This is where I get my eyes, my face really close to my computer screen, just so I can make sure that it's in focus, because this is a manual focus. I mean, this lens has autofocus, but you don't want me to use it. It's not good. So it looks as though, so we've got the LCD has a row of header pins just already soldered in, which means I can kind of do this thing, or I just kind of go, eat it. Admittedly, this is always where I get a bit nervous, because I'm always scared that I'm going to break something. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was actually surprisingly scary. I really thought of something was going to snap, but it's a very tight breadboard. It does not want to let things in, and it doesn't want to let things go. It needs to go to therapy. But yeah, let's get some jumper wires. Let's get the potentiometer out, and let's get that popped in. I seem to recall from previous lessons, potentiometers don't have polarity, which is nice for me. And I can go, let's pop it, let's move it over one. Whoop. Yep, that looks good. And now I'm basically need like all like, I swear this one requires all of the jumper wires. So I am recalling that I have slightly, possibly more colorful ones, because I'm cheeky and I needed jumper cables for my my BMOC different project. So I've got some more colors. I'm not cheating exactly. I'm just making my life a little bit more colorful. Yeah. All right. So all right. We've got following the guide. I always gotta look over to make sure it's all lined up. Doop. And try to make sure my head isn't getting in the way. So we've got power. We need ground to ground. Voila. Now I have to hook up just about a million other things. So we've got, just to make sure I do have these in the right one. Yep. Power to power. And ground to ground. Easy so far. I'm probably going to do all the power and ground first, just because my brain likes that. My brain thinks that is that's makes sense. That makes sense for some reason to me. And so, making sure I have it lined up correctly is always tricky. Ground and power. And gosh, this has 2 ground and power, doesn't it? Oh, interesting. It seems as though, let's see if I can actually get this. Oh, it's a little shiny. Up, yep, you can see it. It seems as though there is the ground and power for the screen itself, but then I guess there is also ground and power for the backlight. That explains it. That explains it. I was not sure about that. That was definitely definitely. I mean, I got my answer pretty quickly, so I'm pretty satisfied. I'm not gonna lie. All right, one more ground. One more ground. And again, me kind of checking to make sure I got the right one. Get in there. And one more power. Nope. Come on. Come on, you sassy sausage. Which is admittedly something I call my cat. Who is still hiding. I'm half waiting for her to just appear magically. I'm also half expecting for me to forget she's there altogether and then later be like, where is my cat? Where is she gone? And realize that she's taken up a new life with the 3D printer scraps. Okay. I now have to hook up about 82,000 cables. So let's get started. So first. Oh no, I just realized I've got these are the wrong ones. These are, if you see, these are basically output to input, as I like to call it, because I'm not a fan of the traditional wording that's used for these things. And it just seems like I get it. I understand it. It also just feels a little unnecessary. So I'm kind of like, I can use any other number of words for it. And chances are you'll know exactly what I mean. I don't actually think it's that confusing. But for this one, I need output effectively, not input output. So there we go. Yee. Look, they're so shiny and new. They haven't even been pulled apart. They've just been waiting. We've been waiting for this day. And again, I realized that I have lots of the SparkFun included ones, but they only come in like a small handful of colors. This is all the colors. Wow. This is many of the colors. Much more than the other ones. So let's rip a few off. What do we got here? So grounds should usually be linked, at least if both DC voltage. Otherwise, the minuscule difference between the voltage at 2 different grounds can confuse data signals. I am intrigued and also slightly confused by this. I would say if anyone would like to illuminate on this concept, I am all ears. All right, so I've got my pile of cables now that are pretty colors. So to start, I'm going to connect this slightly hinky bent pin here, which is the control for the contrast contrast adjustment, and I'm going to actually connect that to the potentiometer, if I can get the pin to fit in. There we go. Like so. Like so. And then we're gonna, I like this one. This one uses purple. I'm gonna also use purple. And that'll be here. And we'll connect all the way over here to what looks like 13. God, I hope I have that right. And then we've got another ground. Really? Another one? All right, yeah, more ground. Ground for all, it would appear. Yeah. This is the read-write select is grounded. Fascinating. And then we have enable. Very important. I'm noticing that many of these are a little bent. Whoop. All right. Enable into 12, like so. And then we've got the first data line, which is, oh gosh, actually I'm going to do this in reverse because I'm going to get a little confused otherwise. Okay, so we got ground, power, and then this data line into 8, and then this data line into 9, and then this data line went to the market, and this data line stayed home. Yeah, no, I like the SparkFun wires are very good, and if you are super new to electronics, you need them, and you will be very grateful for them. I just happened to have a whole pile of these things because I was also doing my other first ever project. So, like, it's just luck on my part. All right, yeah, come on. This little data line stayed home. This little data line made roast beef. And there are no more data lines. I've done them all now. I do have to say, I do like the square. Let's see if I can kind of show you. I was gonna say, I actually did a little bit of a sneaky cheeky thing to make sure that my board stayed perfectly aligned. Oh, I'm so embarrassed by this fingerprint. This fingerprint's gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Oh my God. Yeah, I didn't want to be accidentally knocking this art all over the place. So I'm sorry about the thumbprint. Oh my God. I'm so embarrassed. I'm totally, I can't deal. I can't deal with the thumbprint. This is all your fault, Andy. Oh God, it's still there. Oh, this is gonna haunt me for the rest of my life. Oh, the rest of my life. I shall never live this down. Oh. Tell your children. Tell them that I lived well until I was felled by a thumbprint. Because it is killing me. Oh God. Okay, it's gone. Oh, for the love of Christ. I'm not allowed to touch things ever again. That's it. I'm thirsty now. Yes, I am thirsty. It's okay. Nobody give Andy a hard time because he has my best interests. He has my best interests at heart. So yes, where was I? I in an effort to make sure that I stayed on mark. Basically, if you do theater or TV or anything like that, there you have what's called a mark, which is basically where you're supposed to stand so you're in the right place, whether it's in the right place on the stage or the right place in camera shot. Your mark is important. I felt the need to put a mark for the board, but I didn't want it to show on the desk because that'd look weird. So I used a little bit of this stuff to basically create my own mark for this so that it actually can't move. But what I wanted to kind of show off was just how nice, look at that, how nice the square ones sit next to each other. Am I the only one who gets really weirdly excited by stuff like this? Like, I know I'm weird. That's why y'all are here, to watch a weirdo. But like, this is, I don't know. This makes me happy. But yeah, so now I just have to find the mark on the underside. And then move it over a little bit. And pop. Now it won't move. Pro tip from yours truly. I'm sorry, I'm exceedingly pleased about this. So I am hooked up. There's no more thumbprint, I think. All right. Oh no. This is the whole stream now. Just me attempting to clean the frickin' LCD screen. Okay. I think we're good. Like, I think we are hooked up, which means it is time to connect to the computer. I never remember which way this goes. Is it this way? It is this way. All right. And yoink. Oh. Things came alive. I actually don't think you can see it, but there is a, oh God. I gotta pull it off again. There's a light over here, which is definitely letting me know that things are working. Fantastic. Oh, hello. You decided to come out of your little spot, huh? Yeah, you can't really see her, I don't think, but she has emerged from her cocoon, from her chrysalis, like a butterfly. It is, it's very glorious. Hello, Mabel. She may or may not join us. I'm not sure. She's a cat. She does what she wants. All right, so I've got, let's switch over to, yeah. We've got the Hello World kind of program pulled up here. Kind of before I send it to the thing, we've got like a few things that I was instructed to take note of, and I will pass on. So we're including the liquid crystal library, which contains the commands for printing to the display. It is clearly calling the different pins here. So 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Yep. Got all those here. They're all connected. Very good. Void setup. And then it tells it kind of initializes it, tells it to begin. It tells it the size, 16 characters by 2. Clear the display. And then we get the hello world. So yeah, let's do it. Let's send it. Admittedly, this is going to be such a joy compared to what I was doing in Arduino. Oh, error. Oh, I apologize. I am on the wrong. See, I was just about to say, I was doing different things in Arduino IDE the other day. because I was updating the firmware on my 3D printer. I put a custom firmware on my, there we go, custom firmware on my Creality CR10S Pro V2 because it's modded. I know that y'all came here for electronics, but you get a little bit of 3D print nerdery as well. It's got a Hemera, an E3D Hemera direct drive extruder with a volcano hot end, which is super cool, and I love it. But between that and the fact that I just wanted to run the Tiny Machines firmware to begin with, I now have a very custom firmware. And I realized recently that I hadn't updated it since I pretty much put it on there several months back, and it was like 4 versions on. So I had to go through the whole rigmarole of doing that, which I use Arduino IDE for. I apologize. I can do things. Here we go. There's my face. Yay! So yeah, so it is actually still set up for the 3D printer board. I forgot to change it back. So I need the Arduino Uno, I believe, is the one I want. Yes. So let's switch over to the Uno. Make sure we're on the right COM port. All right. Now we should be good. So let's try this again. Let's try this again. There we go. Done uploading. That appears to have gone through, but I don't see anything. So let's try tweaking the Oh, there we go. Ha ha! That was it. The contrast is just apparently super low. Oh god, and then if I turn it up all the way, it just kind of blanks out. So it did work. It's just that the it feels like the contrast is small, like compared to the range of the potentiometer, the actual range where it's visible is basically here. So like kind of there, I suppose, is where it really starts to go out. So it's actually quite small before it just kind of vanishes. But hello world, hello, and then you can also see it is it's counting down. It's counting in milliseconds. Yeah, that's cool. So one of the things that was meant, so that is mentioned kind of in here. I always like the coding challenges because I feel like since I do know a little bit more now than I did when I started, I do enjoy the challenge. So obviously I can change the message pretty easily. Y'all can still see it. Yep, you can see it. Yeah, no, lousy human eyes. I agree, Ryan. They are a bit lousy, but obviously I can change it. Oh, this might actually be too long. Let's test it. Let's see if it works. Too long. Too long. I'm too overzealous. Too many words. I figured it would be, but it did work. It did technically work. It's just my message is too long. Let's put something shorter in. That'll almost certainly work. Hey, there we go. Yeah. I'm awesome. I mean, if you can't put your own, oh, sorry, there was a very dramatic flop behind me. But yeah, if you can't put your own boosting message on your LCD, then where can you put it? So, I mean, I could even go a step further, and and an exclamation point. There we go. I can also change the that's me. I'm Ellie and I rule. Yeah, no, this is obviously very entertaining. I'm happy with that. I can change the time, but I also feel like, yeah, milliseconds, or yeah, this is just seconds actually. This is just seconds. Is probably a good one. I feel like messing around with this too much is not going to be the most interesting. I could also add a button and count button presses, but I'm going to skip that. I think I want to get on to the other stuff because there is a weird thing in here that I really want to show you guys. So I'm gonna switch out. Excuse me. I'm gonna switch over to the next thing. Open. And now, yeah, I can. Good night. So, LCD works. Big heckin' thumbs up. Now, we're going to introduce a temperature sensor that I'm actually realizing. Oh, nope, it isn't here. It's just really small. It's super small. I mean, I got tiny hands. I don't know how people do this stuff if they have bigger hands. Honestly, I would have loved to have put like and subscribe, but it wouldn't have fit. Like I had very few characters to deal with here. So, all right, I've got. Oh, it's so small. All right, I'm gonna just switch over real quick because y'all need to see how tiniest this temperature sensor is. Again, I got small hands, so like it's small. Right. Okay. So now we're going to create a DIY environmental monitor or weather station. It's saying, like this is kind of along the lines of what you can do for that, which is cool. This is a super low cost sensor that you can use to track and respond to temperature. That's pretty cool. I could see this being super useful. The thing that is, to me anyway, super noob, so interesting is the fact that it's just voltage. This just takes voltage and it basically responds to, it just takes the amount of voltage kind of based on, I guess, the temperature. And then you just kind of use some maths to calculate the temperature based on that number. I'm not explaining this well, I think. I'll read from here because I think it's probably going to explain it better. Temperature sensor has 3 legs. One connects to power, one connects to ground, and the third to... and the voltage output from the third leg varies proportionally to changes in temperature. That's a much nicer way of putting it. By doing some simple math with this voltage, we can measure temperature in Celsius or Fahrenheit. Though I do have to laugh a little bit at the fact that basically it is easier to figure it out in Celsius, and then you have to actually translate it from Celsius to Fahrenheit. Celsius is kind of like the first one. Celsius is better, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I've gotten on board with the Celsius train. So yeah, but it's just math. It's just math, and it's algorithms, which is really cool. So, okay, so I need to put this in now. Yeah, let's switch on over. This is looking a little dark over here. So let's see if I can't. Ooh, it's a little. Oh. Yeah, unfortunately, I feel like to light it well, you get that like slightly horrid reflection in the LCD, which I'm not a huge fan of. I think it's all right. I think it's all right. See, it seems I have a lot of people in the audience who already use Celsius, so no one's complaining. And I think in this case, the Americans are perhaps just being very nice and not saying anything. All right, so I feel like I'm gonna have to pry these legs apart just a squidge to make sure they kind of fit. It is facing the correct way. And I'm gonna go, oh God. See, every time, I'm just like a little bit skir. So this all pretty much stays the same. I just need to add a little bit. I need to add a, oh God. I need to add a ground. Sorry for the hand. Oh God, come on. You can do it. I believe in you. Oh, ow. my poor delicate fingers. Yeah. And then we've got the signal, which is the middle one, which is going to connect to A0. Oh, this is a bit bendy. Whoop. And you go. And then power. Yeah. And then Bob's your uncle. Or your dad or your cousin or maybe you. Yeah, I think we're good. This is pretty straightforward. Don't mention the thumbprint. It's gone now. It's gonna haunt me forever. I don't. Oh, there is actually a whole other thumbprint, but y'all can't see it. I don't think so. It doesn't exist. Oh, for a second I thought it sounded like it was gonna start thundering out. Thunder doesn't happen here very often. For those of you not based in the UK or in London. Okay. Yeah, that's it. We're hooked up. We are hooked up. So let's plug back in. It's okay. I like how it is feeling the need to remind everyone that I rule. Very important. But let's pop over to the Arduino temperature sensor. So obviously, again, we're including the liquid crystal library. We've got the pins set up. For here, we are setting that the voltage, it looks like voltage 0 equals 0 degrees Celsius / 0 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm a little confused by that, but I think that's just maybe, oh, it's just setting that, I think, as 0. So, okay, I'm following along now. Obviously, again, we clear the display. Or set the size, clear the display. And then it's going to read, I do hope you all can see this, yep. It's going to read the temperature sensor, and it's going to multiply it. See, apparently it varies from 0 to 1023. And it's going to then multiply it by 0.004882813. And then to get Celsius, it's just that minus 0.5, which is apparently an offset that's worked into this. It's part of the this particular temperature sensor has this kind of baked in, so that's important. Then times 100, and then you have Celsius, like magic. But then, of course, to get Fahrenheit, you have to then do this whole additional equation, and then you have Fahrenheit. And And then I guess it clears. Yeah, make sure that the LCD is clear, and then it prints the temperature. And then there's a 1,000 millisecond delay, which I guess is 1 second, between each reading, so the display doesn't go bonkers. So let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. So Alley rules should go away. Oh, yep. Might have to actually move this one up a little bit just so y'all can see the temperature. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is varying wildly. Maybe because I was touching it. There we go. Now it's not. A little bit. You know what? I actually think it might be because I'm breathing on it. Because when I kind of turn away, I think it stabilizes. No, it is just maybe not the most precise thing. But one good way to test it is I can put my finger on it. It should respond. Or not. Maybe I'm dead. Oh, there we go. Now it's kind of going up. Because, like, my body temperature should be a bit higher than room temperature, I should hope. That's very cool. Look at that. Yeah, it does feel like the perhaps this is not the most sensitive temperature sensor, because it definitely seems to take a good moment to turn back down, but also it's just a bit uncertain on the temperature of the room, which is admittedly perhaps a bit warmer than I would have thought. But given that it's jumping around about 3 degrees Celsius, that's pretty big. I don't know. Maybe it's just not the most precise, but it does work, and that's pretty cool. I'm pretty grateful for that. Yeah, I can just like let that go a bit. Let that go a bit. I see that I have been asked a question. That is a question that I have been asked before, not necessarily on stream or not on this stream, and certainly maybe not on any stream. But why Faye? That's a very good question. And it's funny because I think the answer is actually perhaps a lot less interesting than people think it is. Like many people, I used an online name for a while because the internet is full of weird people, and sometimes it feels safer to not use your real name. And so I had an online name, and it was Faye. And where Faye comes from is actually deceptively simple and incredibly nerdy. And it is because Faye is the name of a character I very much like in an anime. So now I imagine that some of y'all are probably know exactly who I'm talking about right away, because you probably know the show and know the character, and some of you might not. It is a very popular anime, but if you don't watch anime, then you won't know what the heck I'm talking about. But yeah, say for those of you who don't necessarily know, the anime is called Cowboy Bebop, and the character's name is Faye Valentine, and I like Faye Valentine, so I stole her name. And then, yeah, it's a name I've used a lot, and I decided more recently that I thought I'd start using my actual name as well. And so I'm Faye, and I'm also Allie, and there is probably a lot more to be found about me in various places on the internet. Not least of all, a very, very scary and vulnerable coming out video that I shared on my YouTube channel. If you want to know a little bit more about the sharing of my name and stuff like that. So that yeah, has this stabilized, or is this still cranking out numbers all over the place? Because I looked at it and it jumped like 2 degrees, and so I'm kind of like, yeah. I do wonder if it's a little bit because of the lights. Because obviously I've got a big softbox light over here, and I've got the desk light, and those generate heat. So I do wonder if they are part of why it's jumping all over the place. But again, it might just be because it's a cheap temperature sensor. Blah, 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 blah. So I am tempted by the coding challenges on this one as well. If only because I like the idea of adding a RGB LED to literally everything, but I also feel like it will potentially take me a while. And I am quite keen to maybe get on to the next bit because it's weird, and I think we can have some fun with it. But yay! I'm glad there's some people who know Cowboy Bebop. That I'm not like the only weeaboo nerd over here. It would have been awkward. But how are y'all? How y'all doing, by the way? Y'all keeping all right? Y'all following along? I was gonna say, no, probably. Actually, some people might be having dinner because we have Brits here. We have some Europeans. We're not all on the other side of the pond. There's quite a few of us. Electrical noise on the sensor. That would make sense, actually. That would actually make a lot of sense. Was I supposed to put in a... No, I wasn't supposed to put in a... Oh my god. My mind just literally just stopped. What is the word? Oh no. Oh, I hate when this happens. Guys. Capacitor? Resistor. Yes, resistor. I was gonna say, is a capacitor and a resistor is not the same thing, is it? They're different things, I think. I have not learned about capacitors. I feel like... Oh, hello! Hi! Sorry, someone came to say hi. Hi! Would you like to come up and say hello? Possibly. Maybe. Hi! You're not sure, are you? There's a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of cables. A lot of things. It's very scary when you're a tiny, tiny kitty. Would you like to come up and say hello? Hi. No. She's very good. She's very good. She's just a little a little shy. Yeah, no, I probably won't fuss with the temperature sensor because again, we've got a whole other thing coming up. In fact, I'm gonna go boop, and it's gone to sleep now. Hi. People would like to say hello to you. Would you like to come up? Come on. See, the thing is that if I attempt to pick her up, she will just flail and run off. But if I let her come up on her own, she might actually come up. Hey, you. What you doing? No, leave my cables alone. Again, if I ignore her, she'll also probably come up. Right. So, the third part. Told ya. If I ignore her, she comes up. Hi. You here to say hello? Okay. Yep. You gotta nuzzle the tripod. That's very good. Yeah. There's all sorts of stuff here. It's very. See, it wouldn't be a stream without a cat butthole. I do apologize. There's not a whole lot of room to walk around up here, is there? No, it's kind of busy. It's a bit busy. Hi. Thank you. Thank you for coming to say hi. Yeah, I appreciate it. You done? Can we get back to work? Can we get back to work now? So, I feel like I should attempt to get back to work, but there's definitely a cat butt in my face. Have you had your fun yet? You done? Time to get down? Okay. Bye. There you go. Those of you who asked for cat were rewarded. And as was I. So yes, third project is apparently creating a DIY version of the Who Am I game, which is a game that I'm not sure I've ever actually played. Oh my god, you freaked me out. You made me think there was a nose print on the LCD. I would die. Don't do that to me. Excuse me. You made me laugh too hard and I almost died myself. Oh my goodness. So yes, the Who Am I game. I'm not sure if I've ever actually played this before. I did skip ahead, and I guess it's a guessing game where it shows a name or a thing, and I'm guessing that the other people playing the game would have to describe it so that you, the person who has the name on your forehead, because it's very much shown with this lovely image, that you then have to guess it. This is my understanding of the game. Anyone who is familiar with this game, please feel free to chime in and let me know, because I don't actually entirely know if that is how it's played. Obviously, I'm alone here, but I have you all. So we're just going to have to find a way to play this game together. Now, this is tricky because there's a delay in the chat, but I think we can figure out a way to do this. It might actually be where y'all technically have the name on your head. Lots of air quotes here. And I give you the clues, and you have to guess who the person is. Because I feel like if I hold it up on my head and you try to make me guess it, I can just see the name in the camera and on the screen on the stream. But if I hide it, if I just move it off camera or something, you won't be able to see the name until somebody guesses it correctly. So I feel like that's the best way to potentially play this. But are y'all up for playing a weird game together? Like a virtual live stream version of the Who Am I game using a SparkFun Redboard, an LCD display, and a few other weird things. Yeah, we got to give it a go. So first I got to set it up. Though I did want to say that, or rather I wanted to say thank you, the comment about the well-placed macro camera, because I've actually had to work really hard to find a good place for the macro camera to make sure that it's not completely in the way. Those of you who saw the first one of this will potentially remember that the macro camera was actually like right here, and it was not super pleasant. But actually, if I can be cheeky for just a moment, I've got this tightened quite tight. If I loosen it a bit and tilt it up, there you go. Camera's all the way up there. Way up here. So it's actually really out of the way, which is fantastic because it means that I don't have to live in fear of knocking the camera over. I mean, I still do a little bit because it is like still precariously perched, basically with one leg on this desk and one leg on that table and then one leg on the floor. Oh, hello. She's still here, actually. The baby is still here. So she's just providing moral support from behind. And I'm actually going to have a quick drink because I'm thirsty. All right, friends. All right, friendos. we need to get, oh, I left this too high actually. This is why I'm not allowed to move cameras around. All right. So I am going to actually be using batteries so that, like, basically this is set up so it can be, again, literally held up against your head. I am not going to be doing that, but I still think that hooking it up to the battery would be just a nice bit of practice. So I just might not put it on the back side, but battery, and I've got my batteries for that. And this also introduces button debounce. And so what that means, for those of you who aren't aware, is when you have a tactile switch of some sort, a lot of times what happens is we as humans are not fast enough. The computer is so much faster than us. And so if you don't introduce a debounce, effectively you'll get, I mean, what I think of as double clicks. It feels like you've double clicked it because it'll actually send the message twice. And that doesn't always work very well. I actually had this exact problem when I was doing testing for Beam Octoprint, which, if you haven't seen the first part of the video, you need to watch it because part 2 is being made right now and will hopefully be out soon. But I discovered that I was getting an issue where I was pressing the button once and I was getting two responses. So a bit of debounce actually sorted that right out, which is great. So that one I know of. This is also introducing strings again, which we have. Oh, sorry. Strings is new. Arrays are not. So it's strings of words, but arrays are something we've done before. And apparently also pointers, which is an advanced programming topic, according to this. This says, for now, think of pointers as a variable that points to the value contained in a certain address in memory. In this sketch, the character star variable points to array of strings address and returns the character values to create a list of strings. I agree that this is maybe slightly advanced for me, but I also imagine that I could probably get there without too much issue. So yeah, so I need to battery up. I gotta put my batteries. God, this is actually quite interesting because definitely one of the things that I have been chewing on a lot lately as I have been coming up with ideas for other electronics projects is oh, I hope these all take the same. Yeah, it does look like they all take the same. Is the idea of power and how you figure out kind of your power requirements for an electronics project. For me, as someone with no electronics education or anything like that, it's not an obvious answer. I look at something and generally speaking, I have no idea how much power it requires. It's something I have to look up and kind of figure out, because if there is an easy way of knowing it, I don't know it. There might be, there might not be. It might just be one of those things that you just eventually learn the power requirements for various things, and you maybe remember them, and eventually you just kind of know stuff off the top of your head. Maybe there is an easier way of being able to know the power requirements for something. I have yet to learn that. Thank you, Joe, for explaining the pointers a bit more. I like the idea of metaprogramming. Not just keeping stuff in a variable, but you're keeping a variable of where the stuff is so you can change what you're pointing at. That's pretty good. But yeah, so apparently to power this board requires 4 AA batteries, which I feel like is a lot of power, but maybe it's not. I feel like AA batteries are not something I usually see people using for their electronics projects. I feel like usually it's a lithium rechargeable batteries, LiPo batteries. And so I don't know how they compare. But yeah, this one apparently 4. So that's kind of set up. And yeah, I'm not going to put it on the back, I think. Now, let's get connecting because I need to connect a few more things. I need to connect the buzzer, which I always 6 and 8. All right, so I feel like, oh, of course, the temperature sensor is out, and with it, so are these. Oida! All right, that's a bit better. I need button. Blue button is what they use, and blue button is what I will use because I like blue. Easy as that. Legs are a little hinky, but sorry, but I can never get over the joyousness of the click. All right, let's get in there. Oh. Come on, again. Are you in? Are you? Oh, nope, there we go. I knew it. I knew it wasn't in. All right, so there's that. And then the buzzer. Oh my gosh, there's not a lot of room. Oh god, I don't actually know if that went in or just crumbled. It felt like a little bit like the wires just crumbled. Oh. Oh, there's been much conversation about pointers while I was putting stuff together. I'm glad that y'all are keeping yourselves well versed. Okay. I can. There we go. I think. There we go. I can't always tell. I always second guess it. And then when it goes in, I know. Okay. So we need a ground for the button. Oh, God. Come on. It's so fussy. And then, oh, this is... I feel like my fingers are giving up the ghost here. Come on, there we go. And this is going to be connecting to number 2 over here. There we go. That was a bit of a struggle. And then for the buzzer, I need one more. There's no more black. I'll use a white. I think. No, that offends me. It offends me to use a white cable for a ground. It must be a black because that is what it always is in photos. God, I hope this is in the right place. I can't actually. Oh, no, it's 7, not 8. Hello again. Oh, I see. Yeah? Oh. You gonna help? Are you gonna help me? You're gonna put a tail in my face? That's definitely very helpful. Thank you. What are you doing? She never sits on my lap, so this is weird. She definitely wants my attention very badly. She never sits on my lap. See, this is more like it. Get back on the table. Yep. Yeah, you helping? Yeah. All right, so we need one more. We got to connect the, we'll use one of these. Oh, you know what? We haven't actually used a white. We'll use a white to connect the buzzer, which I believe is on 5, to... What are you doing? Please do not eat jumper wires. I would appreciate that. I would appreciate that. Thank you. All right, this one needs to be connected to 6. So, there we go. I think... What are you doing? You're very silly. Yeah. Yes, you are. I feel like this is like the closest she gets to being social in front of people because she's actually usually very shy. But yeah, y'all aren't here, so she can't smell you. Thank you. Now you are. Are you chewing? Don't chew. Don't chew on cables. You're in the shot. You're in the shot. Thank you. I much appreciate that. She's blessed us. She's blessed this game. Now we can continue. So I believe we are all hooked up. And yeah, we got the potentiometer. All right, so now I'm gonna need to open up the code for it. And I'll let y'all have a look. There we go. So this is the game. Now I saw Rob share earlier, though I was in the middle of something, so I didn't get to pay super close attention. So I'm going to scroll back up and see that. Okay, so the game is apparently a British game. It sounds like because he was introduced to the game by friends and coworkers from the UK. It went from who am I to who what am I, and then things devolved. So that's good to know. I don't have any alcohol, so there will be none of that. But but I imagine that this still has the potential to be really ridiculous because, yeah, it is definitely. I don't know if anyone's ever done this live on stream before. Also, yeah, you probably do see cat hairs now since she came and blessed us with her fluff. So, taking a look at this again, we see a lot of similar things again. The liquid crystal library, the pins, and then we obviously have the button pin on 2 and the buzzer pin on 6 with the button press time equals 0. I might increase, so right off the bat I'm going to change the code. And the reason why is because there's a time limit. It's a game, it's got to have a time limit. If I leave the time limit, it's probably going to be too fast given the delay we have. So I'm going to massively increase it because I don't know that's very fair. Anyway, all right, so I'm going to quickly scroll past the things. It looks like, oh wow, yeah, no, that's a whole thing. So then we have the start value in the sequence array must have a value that could never be an index of an array, or at least a value outside the range of 0. Oh, this is slightly confusing. But we got our pin mode, which is pull up, generate random order, start sequence. Yeah, this one's a little bit more complicated. But I feel like for the most part it makes sense, which is good. So I need to basically, when it gets guessed correctly, I press the button, which I guess makes a sound. And if I don't press the button, if it isn't guessed, then and the time runs out, then game over. If I If we make it all the way through, then we win. And there's a win message, apparently. Okay. I don't want to give too much away. So let's plug it in. And oh, yep, we're getting some crazy temperature readings because there's no temperature sensor. That's great. It's 500 degrees Fahrenheit in here right now. You back again. Oh my goodness. You are the most social. The most social. Oh, nope, don't look. Don't look. Oh good. Okay, you can't see it. You can't see it. All right. So I'm going to actually just shuffle this off so you can't actually see it. All right. But see, it's already counting down. So I'm going to have to probably restart it. Now, I guess I have to try and describe it. These, like, I feel like it would be unfair to, well, we're going to get to test the losing sound here in a second, I think. Because it's going to go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Game over. There we go. I'm guessing if I hit the reset, it'll start over again. But before I do, just to show y'all the game over, score 1. Right. First of all, are y'all ready to play a silly game? Because this is a silly game. And I realize that it is non-traditional in a live stream to get the audience involved like this. But you know what? I am non-traditional in pretty much every way. So I say we play a game. And I think it might be a bit ridiculous, but I think we should do it. I will say that it would appear, at least at the moment, until such a time that I change it, because I can change it, obviously. They're all animals. And I'm guessing that I just have to kind of describe the animal, perhaps, without using the name. I feel like this might be too easy. I might be too good at describing things. I don't know. I feel like there must be more rules to this game that restricts. Maybe I can only use single words. Like, I don't know. Should I Google it? I feel like I might need to Google it to find out. Who am I? Game. How do I play this? Oh, I see. Okay. It looks as though Who Am I is a guessing game where players use yes or no questions to guess the identity of a famous person or animal. Each person tries to guess which famous person or animal they are by only asking yes or no questions to gain clues. Okay. Oh, all right. So this does make it more complicated. I still maintain that it's easier for me to see what's on the screen and that y'all effectively, I guess, are all one person in a way. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. So basically, y'all get to ask yes or no questions. You get to ask yes or no questions, and I get to say yes or no. Obviously, I will say out loud the question I'm answering. And yeah, and we'll see if y'all can guess the animal. Like I said, it's definitely animals, so you know that much. Are you still down there? She's disappeared. Not Mabel. Mabel's not one of the answers. So they're animals. You get to ask yes, no questions, and I will basically answer. Gosh, I need to add more time to this because this is gonna be. Oh, it's nowhere near long enough for the way we're doing this. We need way more time. This is gonna be stupid, but Let's give it a go. Upload. I have no idea how many seconds this is going to give us now. 3, 2, 1. All right. I have no idea how much time we have, but it is going. You are all encouraged to begin. Ask the kill the timer. Limit the number of responses. All right. Are the animals domesticated or kept on a farm? No. That is definitely a no to that one. I can potentially change the number and the timer and stuff like that. I'll figure that out. I've set it to, I think, quite high at the moment. So I don't think it'll be too much of an issue. But yes. Can it fly? No. Am I a quadruped? Yes? Question mark. I think you qualify as a quadruped. Could I beat this animal in a fight if I had to fight it? Like a version of this animal was set back in time to kill you, like in a Terminator situation. If it was its natural size, yes, I could kill it. If it was an enlarged version, uncertain. Can they be pets? Yes. I definitely feel like y'all need to be. Wait, what did I say? Just you can't just say bear, Joe. That's not a yes no question. That doesn't work. Do you swim? Yes. Do you live nearby rivers traditionally? Yes. We're getting somewhere now. We're definitely getting somewhere now. Did I miss any questions? I don't think I missed any questions because bear doesn't count. Not a bear, not a mouse. I feel like y'all are asking good questions. You're getting there. I feel like you just need a little bit more. Not a beaver. Not a beaver. No? Yeah, I definitely put enough time on the timer. It's gone down one number, which I'm guessing might be minutes at this point, in which case then I think I set 44 minutes, which is hilarious. Does it build a dam? No. Does it lay eggs? Yes. You guys are lucky I know lots about animals. It is not a raccoon. Is it a moose? No. It's not a beaver. It's not a bear. It's not a goose. It's not a duck. It's not a cat. It's not a squirrel. Cats don't lay eggs. Neither do squirrels. It lays eggs. No, it's bird is. I think bird is potentially too vague. I think it's more specific than just bird. That bird is, I think, like a genus. It's I think perhaps a little more specific. No, it is not an otter. I don't believe otters lay eggs. I'm pretty certain otters have live birth. You might be thinking of platypi. They lay eggs. It is not a platypus. That is a good thought. That is honestly a good thought. Ooh, is it native to Australia? I'm gonna say probably there are ones that are. Like there's gotta be species of this that are native to Australia, but I don't actually know specific ones. Did the bot get you, Joe? Is it a swan? No, it is not a swan. Is it venomous? Some of them are, yes. That is a good question. Not a platypus, not a platypus. Platypus is a great question, but it's not a platypus. It's okay. Yeah, no, obviously it's hard to play with chat. This is gonna be weird watching back, so I do apologize. Is It is not an egg-laying otter, no. I feel like a few of you might be getting close because there's been some very good questions that I think narrow it down. It is not a seal. Seals don't lay eggs. It's not a turtle. Turtles do lay eggs, but it is not a turtle. It's not a lizard. I feel like, no, I guess a lizard isn't necessarily too vague. It's not a turtle. It's not a turtle. It's not a snake. It's not a salamander. It's not a lizard. It's definitely not a lizard. It's not any kind of lizard. No lizard. But y'all are, I feel like y'all are getting warmer. Like again, it ain't a mammal. Like we've established it's not a mammal. And because it's not a platypus, and that platypus is the only egg-laying mammal. So it's not a mammal. It is not a flying crocodile. Because it's not a lizard. I feel like lizard equals, is lizard equal reptile? It's not a reptile. It is not a gecko. It is not a rhino, because a rhino is a mammal. But I figure if you guess enough times, you can see eventually that it is a frog. So Joe technically got it. Mr. 3D Printing Professor technically got it. But I feel like he's potentially slightly disqualified for just rattling off a bunch of animals. That's not in the spirit of the game. So yes, it is in fact frog. So yes, it lays eggs, it can swim, it lives by rivers. Some of them are venomous. There are probably ones that are native to Australia, but I don't know which ones, and they're probably venomous. Oh, apparently echidnas also lay eggs. There we go. 2 mammals that lay eggs. It wasn't an echidna, though. It wasn't a mammal at all. It was an amphibian. It was a frog. And yeah, I don't know what this timer is doing, but we're good. We're totally fine. In fact, you can't see. It says 40. It's gone down like 3 in several minutes. So yeah, I'm guessing maybe it's minutes. But yes. Oh, all right. Mr. 3D Printing Professor, you're disqualified if you're going to cheat. You can't cheat. You can't look at the code. That's cheating. All right. So actually, I was going to say then that means then that the second person who said frog, which was Timansku, gets to be officially the winner because he wasn't cheating. Or they weren't cheating. So, no cheating. Ruins the game. All right. So technically we got that. Y'all up for another one because I think, all right, I got it off the screen. I think I've got it off the screen. Yep. I'm going to press the button. It's going to make a noise. That wasn't much of a noise, but it did make a noise. Stop. Oh, I guess that's true. I could make my own list. Would y'all prefer that I made my own list that wasn't animals, but was perhaps some sort of famous people, but I'd have to come up with it really quick. I was gonna say, hello, if anyone is just joining, we're playing Who Am I? Live with an Arduino and some code, and it's wild. So yes. Yeah, if you guessed incorrectly, you drank. Oh yeah, no, that would definitely that could end really badly. All right, so okay, yeah, let's do another animal. Hopefully y'all can't see what it says from here. Maybe I can turn down the contrast a little bit. Okay, yep. The second one. So the second one is up. Let's do another animal before I decide to come up with people, because I'd have to be people I know. And it also have to potentially be like famous people or YouTubers or something weird. Yeah, I don't know. That might be tough. Animals are kind of universal, which I guess makes them kind of good in a way. Yeah, we have picked up a couple of newcomers in the last couple of minutes, which is great. Please join in on the hilarity. That would potentially work. Though again, the problem with doing something that like isn't something real generic like animals is not everyone necessarily knows them. Animals is good. like that. Don't worry, as you can see, you only missed one round. We're only on round 2, which is also still an animal. We're going to do at least one more animal, I've decided. This one might be a tough one, actually. This might be a tough one. So I need y'all to start guessing. Is it a mammal? Yes. This time it is a mammal. Get in there. Joe, I'm not telling you where in the code it is. All right. You guys ask some more questions. List of names. Okay. Oh God, celebrities I feel like is hard. Oh. All right. Where are y'all at? Okay. Are you megafauna? I'm gonna say no. I don't believe so. I don't think so. Also, of course, there's a cat now getting into stuff. Am I bipedal? No, not bipedal. Is it from Africa? No, I don't believe they're in Africa. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna say no. Does it have fur? Thank you. Serious question. Yes, it has fur. Yes. Is it very big, lives in the sea, and is a whale? No, it is not big. No, it doesn't live in the sea, and no, it's not a whale. So that was pretty easy, actually. Feathers. No, it does not have feathers. Is it a dolphin? No, it is not a dolphin. And no idea what's going on. We are playing the Who Am I game, which is a game of, it's kind of like a slightly 20 questions-y game. Ordinarily, it would be played kind of looking more like that, where a person would hold a card up to their head and ask questions, yes, no questions, and everyone would answer yes, no, until they could eventually guess what's on the card. Instead of it being on a card, it's on my LCD display, which I have set up and built. Now, hopefully, you are caught up. In this case, it's animal. I've definitely established that we're dealing with animals here. So hopefully caught up. Could it fit in the trunk of a mid-sized sedan? Yes, absolutely, yes. Does it have paws? Yes, it has paws. Yeah, I guess it has paws. Yeah. I don't know how paws are necessarily defined, but I'm going to say yes to paws. Does it have teeth? It has teeth, yes. Is it a polar bear? No, it is not a polar bear. It can fit in the trunk of a mid-sized sedan, so definitely not a polar bear. That would be a small. I suppose a polar bear cub could fit in, but it's not a polar bear. As I can say, I believe the Africa question was actually asked. And no, I don't believe it lives in Africa, but I could be wrong. Like that's where I'm standing on that question, is probably not. Does it stand on one leg? No. I mean, it could maybe, but I don't believe it does so traditionally. Is it domesticated? I believe it counts as domesticated. Yeah, I believe it counts as domesticated. Is it native to Australia? I don't think anything's like, I have no idea what animals are native to Australia besides like 3 or 4. I believe most of them were introduced by other people. So I don't actually know. I'm going to say maybe no, but again, I don't know enough about Australia. Can it fit in a handbag? Some of them can, yes. Some of them definitely can. Probably most of them can. Depending on the size of the handbag, all of them can. Yeah. Flamingo. It is not a flamingo, but I like that. Could it fit in the glove box of a small city car? Some of them could, yeah, definitely. Some of them would be a tight fit, but I think many of them would fit. It'd be cozy. It'd be cozy. Monkey. It's not a monkey. Tim Cahoon gets it. It is in fact. Let's turn up the contrast. Actually, yeah, I can just leave it on and just turn down the contrast so y'all can't see it. It is rabbit. It is rabbit. You got it. Yes, well done. Rabbit. You win. I'm afraid I have no prizes, but you still win. Well done. This is absolutely absurd. It's also kind of fun. See, coding can be fun. I mean, I think everyone here already knows that. But yeah, well done. Y'all did it. Well, Tim did it. But y'all actually, these were good questions. Y'all are fun to play with. Y'all are fun to play with. Ooh, I was gonna say. So I did a quick Google for like other ideas of things that could be done. Obviously, I think celebrities is the most common, but the problem with celebrities is that not everyone knows the same celebrities. So like, it's hard to go with. Like, just looking at like the first list of like celebrity names, there are names of people I don't know, so I'm not going to be able to answer questions about them. Food is I suppose an option, and other common things. I'm trying to think of like a nerdy version of this, but again, I do think that's quite difficult. It might be easier to just stick with animals. Oh, I unfortunately I feel like I have to go through lots of them before we hear a wind noise, which I suppose I might just have to do at some point. Before, all right, I'm actually skipping this one because I don't like this one. Okay. Yeah, all right. We could do this one. I think we could do this one. I do like that if I just turn down the contrast, you can't see it. But I will make sure we hear the wind noise before it ends. I'm just going to have to mash the button a bunch of times and we'll get to hear the wind noise. But, yeah. We got one more round in us? What do you guys think? One more round? European leaders from 1200 to 1600. I would not do very good at that. I would struggle. The one I skipped was bird. I think bird is so vague. Bird is way too vague. I don't like how yeah, no, not bird. Don't like bird. Skipped bird. So, not bird. There we go. There's your first one. It's not bird. But yeah, no, I got the next one up. So like, yeah, hit me with your questions. We'll do at least this one more round. It is yeah, no, it's not bird. It's not Charlemagne. See, we decided not to go with European leaders from 1200 to 1600. But I do feel like this is silly enough and funny enough that I might have to just come up with a specialized list. I don't know, maybe like 3D printer parts or electronics components or YouTubers or something silly and relevant and make a list for that, and we might have to play again. All right, so what do we got here? Does it have fur? There is a distinction between hair and fur, isn't there? But in this case, I don't know which, so I'm gonna say yes. It either has hair or fur. It has, yeah, it's furry, I guess. Yeah. I feel like this is giving away too much. Is it a pet? Only in certain parts of the world and probably for a lot of money. Is it food? It is not food. Again, maybe in certain parts of the world it's food. It is an animal. Is it loud? That's a good question. Some of them are. Some of them aren't. But some of them are really loud. Really loud, actually. Does it have scales? No scales. And then the next one, does it have wings? Also no wings. Can it level a print bed? If you teach it to, maybe. Anything's possible. Does it love water? I don't know. Maybe. Is it a monkey? It is. It is a monkey, actually. Yes. That was quick. Yeah. No, that's wow. Well done. Well done, Johnny. You got it. You got it pretty much right away. It is, in fact, monkey. Well done. Can it cause a layer shift on a 3D printer? Definitely. It definitely can. Monkeys, I think, are havoc. But you could also potentially teach one to level a print bed with enough effort, I reckon. Yeah, I realized the hair fur thing might give it away. I realized that might give it away because as soon as I thought about it, I was like, is there anything else that I would say this about? But also, like, is it fur? Is it hair? I feel like because it's a primate and because we don't consider ourselves to necessarily be covered in fur, we consider ourselves to be covered in hair. I do think that there is probably a physiological distinction between fur and hair. But as much as I am a smart person and I know a lot, I know a little about a lot, I don't necessarily know a lot about monkeys. Or that. Yeah. Yes, one type of monkeys does love sitting in thermal pools. That's the macaque, the Japanese macaque. See, clearly I just proved myself wrong and clearly know more about monkeys than potentially I made myself out to sound like I did. Yeah, the Japanese macaque loves to sit in the saunas and the thermal hot springs and groom each other, and it's very sweet. Oh, yeah, I feel like teaching a monkey to remove resin prints would be precarious. Maybe not a good idea. Yeah. Right. So I definitely want to hear what the wind sound is. So let's see what the other ones are, because we are getting on a bit. It's already 8:45. Y'all are fun. I have fun with you guys. So then we had dog. Seal was there. Kangaroo. That's why I was getting Australia questions, because there's Australia specific animals here. Skunk. That's good. Alligator. Giraffe. Yep. Yep. Turtle. That's I was gonna say there's infinite. Could an infinite number of monkeys with an infinite number of 3D printers successfully print a Benchy on the first try? I mean, they're not like AI. I'm not sure if they would teach themselves over time. God, and I'm gonna be thinking about that for the rest of the night. Thanks. Elephant. Yep, elephant. Squirrel. Beaver. Basically all the ones that Joe listed earlier. Lion. Bat. Goose. Horse. I feel like I could have probably done most of these. Yeah. Oh, tons of Australia only. Australia is a crazy place. There's so many weird things in Australia that are only in Australia. All right, then we got cat. And we got bull. Ooh, interesting. Bull. It's funny how some of these are quite specific, like bull or goose. But then we also have bird. And then moose, which is joking. I always joke that where I am from is full of the moose. I don't know that that's true. I do believe there are moose in Michigan, but I don't think Michigan is full of moose. I think it is light on the moose. All right, so this should be it, and it should give us some wind. So I'll lean in a little bit. We won, guys. We won. Together, we won. This is awesome, and then we get the nice little you win. This is This is wild and so much fun. And I could definitely see where I could go in and I could change up the words, and this is a thing that could be played. In fact, I might have to do another thing, perhaps on my Discord at some point. I'll have to do a little game of Who Am I SparkFun style, and yeah, and instead of animals, I'll choose something more relevant. Because this is awesome. This was so much fun, and I've got the LCD working. It's all good. It's all gravy, but also it's almost done. Last project is next, and it's basically gonna be combining everything I've already learned plus a few new things, which admittedly I've been quite excited about because obviously I've dug through the box and I've seen the wheels and I've seen the motors and stuff like that, and I'm quite excited about that because I do really want to learn about motors. I want to be able to make things move. So like that's definitely future projects that are already percolating in my head involve making things move. So I'm excited about that, and I might even, if y'all are keen, because I live to serve. If y'all are keen, maybe I won't even wait until next month to do it, because since I had to miss a month, this month should have been the last month anyway, and so maybe there'll be 2 SparkFun streams in 1 month because I missed last month. If y'all want to see me build a whole heckin' wheelie bot, which I think is going to be difficult on this tiny space, but we're going to figure it out. We're going to make it work. I can't make the space bigger. I don't control time and space. I wish, but I am not a Time Lord. So I'm not saying it's going to be a list of anime characters, but it might have anime characters in it. You don't know. You never know. Yes, moose in the Upper Peninsula. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, Lower Peninsula has white-tailed deer and elk. And I remember the white-tailed deer very well because they frequently run out in front of your car in the middle of the night when it's snowing, and it's horrible. I like the idea of Geeky Faye robots. That's great. That'll be my second channel, when I have a need for a second channel. Everything goes on this channel right now. I don't have the means. I don't have the means of propelling more than one channel right now. So that is that's what we get. But y'all are awesome. I was gonna say I'm flicking over to look at the viewers. I think there's more people watching now than there was earlier. So I guess y'all like playing silly games. That's great because this is fun, and getting to combine learning and electronics with also this kind of fun interactivity is really cool. So I'm gonna have to find other ways to do silly stuff like this. So I don't know. I'll have to think on it. But I definitely hope that those of y'all watching who aren't already electronics wizards, because I think most of you are. I think many of you are already electronics wizards, and for those of you who are electronics wizards, I hope that it was enjoyable watching a newbie like myself learn new things. And if you are more like me and you don't know as much, I hope you also learned things. If you want to get your own SparkFun Inventor's Kit to try yourself or to give as a gift to a loved one, this is totally kid-friendly with perhaps a little bit of adult supervision depending on the age. This is absolutely a fantastic way to get into electronics, and I cannot recommend it more. There is definitely a link to find your way over to get one if you want. For the record, I don't get any money for this. Like, selling them, I don't get commission. It's not an affiliate link or anything like that. So don't necessarily think that this is me just trying to sell a thing, though not that there's anything wrong with that. But in this particular case, I'm not. I am just recommending it because I think it's very cool and very nice. And if you do end up getting one, either for yourself or for a friend or family or something like that, and you'd like to share their experience or your experience with me, I would love to hear about it. And I think that SparkFun would too. I think that kind of feedback is really valuable. So thank you everyone for joining me. Hopefully I will maybe see y'all again sooner than normal. And then after that, I'm going to have to figure out what else to stream. I feel like I've forgotten how to do any other streaming. This has become my whole life now. But please, absolutely, if you are not already subscribed to the channel, to subscribe. Obviously, streaming is not all that I do. In fact, it's probably only a small percentage of what I do. Most of what I do is videos, and I am currently working very hard on the next video for the channel, which is going to be a part 2 of the Beamoctoprint, BMO and Octoprint, basically my first proper electronics project. That'll be coming out soon, I hope. So definitely subscribe so that you get notified when it releases. And yeah, follow me on the socials and join the Discord and come say hi. I definitely like to hang out and interact with y'all. So yeah, go do the thing. And I will probably see y'all again real soon. I'm gonna have some dinner and yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your day for those of you in North America. Have a great night for those of you in Europe. And if for some crazy reason I have somebody from Australia on here, then good morning. And you're very brave. Thank you for joining. You guys are fantastic. And yeah, I'll see y'all again soon. I'll see y'all on the flip side. I don't have a good sign off for streams. If anyone wants to write one for me, I'm all ears. But I'll see you soon. Bye.